Hey there, this is Dr. Bob McIntosh with Health Source Chiropractic, and we are teaching about lacrosse ball use, this guy. And it's a solid rubber ball and what it can do to help change your life. Use this information, be able to share it. What I want you to do is when we're talking about people that hurt and they hurt all the time, this can actually be one of many good tools that a person can use or add to their daily routine to start making them feel better, move better, act healthier, actually become healthier. So here it is, lacrosse ball work. We have, if you've watched any of the videos, we've gone all the way from the neck to the mid-back, and our goals are to be able to hit almost every single joint in your body to where you can learn something today, but look forward to next week's video because it might be something different that you, even though you might not be able to use this one, you might be able to use next week's. So here it is. This is going to be used on my hips, and I have it set up as my the sides of my hips specifically, and then just towards the back just a little bit. I'm going to keep the back completely separate in its own animal. So here it is. A lacrosse ball, your ball and socket. So this is the ball, this is the socket, and then there's a group of muscles, a big fan of muscles all the way around this thing that comes down and plugs into the actual hip bone. And so it lifts up or pushes the leg backwards. It makes us run, walk, stand on one leg, but it also can cause a lot of complaints as far as pain that goes down the leg, or pain that goes up the back, or pain that when you're sleeping at night, you're flipping and flopping back and forth because you can sleep for about 30 minutes, then it's mad. That's one of the biggest things as far as this lateral outside hip pain that I've seen. And so that's what I'm going to focus on today. So this is going to be a group of muscles called your glutes, but it's going to be some glute max, so the big one, but a lot of glute medius and glute minimus. And glute medius is responsible for us when we're standing. It's responsible for stabilizing the knee when we squat down and it tips in. And what I mean by that, it tips in when we squat, and it can cause knee problems, foot problems, all sorts of things. So here goes, we're gonna work on that area. So with that, I'm gonna take that lacrosse ball and work up all the way through that fanned out muscle tissue that is causing the pain that you're having, and be able to break it up. And remember, repetition is the thing that'll break this neurology or the chain of pain cycle. And so that's what we're gonna be talking about or showing you. So here we go. All right. We're gonna go sitting on it first, but we're gonna roll to the side like this. So make sure and go straight up, just like this right now, and you're gonna put that on this outside of the hip. So you're gonna there's two parts of the bone. There's the hip bone or the leg bone. You can feel that one right away. You don't wanna be on that. You wanna be about a half an inch or an inch above it. And then if you go up too far, you're hitting the pelvis. So you have to stay between those 2 points. So it's kind of your landmarks. Ow. All right. So what happens is this tissue becomes very, very tender, and so you can take and just literally put the ball on it. Some people cannot handle this and they have to start out with a tennis ball, but you can also just control the pressure that you're pushing on it with a lacrosse ball. I prefer to make it simple, get the lacrosse ball and start to be able to take and dig through these areas. Roll back and forth on it. That's a simple one in the beginning. But you find that band of tissue, man, it's tender, and you're just like, oh, that's right there. Maybe you have that kind of tingle or buzz or whatever going on the leg, or ache, kind of feels like a familiar sensation. And then you roll backwards a little bit, and then you roll forwards a little bit. And you find, oh, there's another one. So we're gonna go yeses and nos, same thing again, and then roll further forward. Now when you start coming to the side and the front of the hip itself, this muscle is responsible for changing the way that we even walk. So as you start to loosen this up, you'll start to see the way you walk change, and you might be walking better. So sit and work through that whole area. So I'll show you up here. When you're on it, it's gonna be here. You're taking and pushing through this tissue all the way to the front here. You kind of feel that bone bump. It's like underneath that and back just about half an inch. So all the way back through, down through here. So work that entire hip or the lateral side of the leg. And you can take and spend, you could spend 20 minutes on this area, but what happens is it's so tender for most people that they can't spend 20 minutes on it, but they need to, because this area creates so much back pain. It creates so much referred leg pain. And I want to make sure that you understand how important this is so that you can actually make a change for yourself and help other people. So please feel free to get out there, share the video, share the love of the lacrosse ball, and tell them it came from Health Source Chiropractic, and tell them that your chiropractor is Dr. Bob McIntosh. And I hope you have a great week.